Another great week of performances by you guys out there, and another very tough week of decisions for this guy right here. Ton of great performances. In the end, we gave it to a kid who punched in 7 touchdowns against a ranked team. Logan Serck of Alcester-Hudson. We're going to get more into that great performance in just a second, but there were a ton of other kids who stepped up. Let's get started. Colton Collins out of Lyman. We haven't heard from him yet this year. Well, we heard from him Friday night. 19 carries, 231 yards, and 3 touchdowns in their win. Caden Eisman of Mobridge-Pollock went crazy once again. He's used to being on this list. 17 of 26, 275 yards through the air for 4 scores. Tyler Feldkamp, another regular. He did it in every way possible. 4 catches, took one of them in for a touchdown, forced a fumble, got an interception, and a blocked punt. He affected the game in a big way and gave Harrisburg their first loss of the year. How about defense? Cam Jones gets it done for Roosevelt with 3.5 sacks, putting pressure on the Tigers all night long, holding them to under 200 yards passing. Jacoby Kraus, another week, another 40 rushes, 45 carries this time for 379 yards and 3 touchdowns. It's not a misprint. Kraus keeps on shouldering the load. Austin Lake of T area, another one of those 100-yard rushers, but he also threw for 100, 4 for 8 through the air, 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. Luke Peterson of Ipswich Edmond Central affected the game in so many ways, ran for over 100 yards, caught a few passes, got a touchdown, made 11 tackles, got a fumble recovery, and took it to the house for a touchdown. Big game for Luke Peterson and the Ipswich Tigers. 𝗕𝗹𝗃𝗰𝗦 set a school record with 6 rushing touchdowns, and he also caught one for a touchdown, went for 190 yards rushing and 100 yards on the receiving end. What a day for the senior running back, 𝗕𝗹𝗃𝗰𝗦. Tegan Schlimgen threw the ball around, did most of his damage in the first quarter, 13 of 25, 240 yards, and 6 passing touchdowns against Rapid City Central. Blake Schroedermeyer, 12 of 19. The guy threw just 19 passes. Almost half of them went for scores. 297 yards through the air. This kid is winging the ball around and keeping the Cougars at number 1. Parker Theobald of Brookings, dominant day on defense against Douglas. 8 tackles, 4 of them for loss, and then an additional 2 sacks, and he forced a fumble. He's not the only player who transferred in from Minnesota who's making a big impact for the Bobcats. Caden Van Drongelen, 27 carries, 213 yards, and he also got 11.5 tackles on the defensive side, rushed 2 touchdowns in, and caught another pass. Talk about stuff in the stat sheet. And Jaden Whitty out of Sioux Falls Christian, 8 catches for 90 yards and a pair of scores. Also got a couple of PAT catches, and he scored a pick 6 off a 50-yard touchdown return for Sioux Falls Christian. As great as all those performances were, what Logan Serck did last Friday gets him the 𝗕𝗹𝗃𝗰𝗦 game ball. I did a double take, but I shouldn't be surprised. Logan Serck has been putting crazy numbers up all season long, but he did it against a ranked team this week when they beat Coleman Egan, and he threw the ball 19 times, completing 16 of them for 156 yards and 4 touchdowns through the air. And if that wasn't enough, he added a pick 6, he ran for 140 yards, and ran for 2 more touchdowns. That's a total of 7, count them, 7 touchdowns in a game against a ranked team. Congratulations, Logan. Keep on balling.